If you watched my video on making crossovers with Bachmann E-Z and you tried it on your DC layout, you might have run into this problem. One power source running both tracks simultaneously. This may not be what you want, so I'm going to show you 3 methods on how I isolate my crossovers. Hop on. I've used 3 different methods to isolate the crossovers on my layout, some working better than others. So the first thing we have to do is remove a rail joiner from one of the rails. The first method to isolate that I'll show you is by using a piece of cardstock between the rails. As you reconnect your crossover, you simply insert the cardstock between the 2 rails that you removed the rail joiner from. I have tried this on my layout and it did work. However, I did not consider it a permanent isolator and I did replace it using another method. The second method I'll show you is probably the best one that I've used, and that is Atlas insulating rail joiners. Now, these rail joiners join the rails just like any other rail joiner, but they're made out of plastic, and they have a plastic stud that sticks up between the rails that you're isolating to prevent current from flowing through it. Installing these is just like installing any other rail joiner. You slip it on the rail, reconnect your track, and you're done. Your crossover's insulated. One drawback to using the Atlas insulators on the Bachmann E-Z is it creates a gap between the 2 road beds. I've hidden this gap with ballast on mine, but if you've chosen not to ballast your E-Z this might be a game changer as to whether or not you use the Atlas insulators. Another method that I've used is actually taking a Dremel tool and physically cutting the rail. This actually works out because I can solder a wire to one rail, run it to a toggle switch, run wire from the toggle switch to the other rail, then I can remove or restore power to that track anytime I want. So if you're running a DCC layout, you're not going to have this problem with your crossovers because your locomotives run independently of each other anyway using digital command. But if you have a DC layout, these are 3 options that you can consider to isolate your crossovers, or really any part of your layout for that matter. Before we call it a day, I'd like to feature another model railroader's channel. It's Kokosing Valley Model Railroad. This is a great channel to check out, especially when it comes to classic and unique locomotives. He does a lot of videos on repairs, product reviews, great buys, and of course, running some trains. He has set a goal for his channel to reach 1,000 subscribers this year. He's up to 933 so far. So I wanted to encourage you to check out his channel, subscribe, and help him meet his goal early this year. Well, that's all I have for today. So until next time, I'm Chris with the Mill Run in Western Maryland. Thank you for watching.